First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the New Orleans Saints. Are over. It's now a 4-week sprint to the finish, and we are underway here in Week 15. From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. This defense for the Giants, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Now it's the veteran Jamal Williams. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. The Saints at 2-11 now on the year, and they come in the midst of a season-crushing losing streak. It's up to 9 games now.
And this is a team that's not shown much consistency during this losing streak because they've never really looked like they've been ready to play. You question their motivation. You wonder what's going on with them. And I'll have a PhD in psychology, but the body language, it's awful.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll toss it out right to Kamara. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. That one on the guard, Cesar Ruiz. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. You talk about this Giant defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Again, it's Kamara. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good size run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. With it is Jackson. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And football 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the New Orleans Saints. The byes are over. It's now a 4-week sprint to the finish, and we are underway here in Week 15. Right to the air is Carr. Slant pass complete to Olave. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Well, this defense for the Giants, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. 3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now a play fake. Carr. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out in the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. The ball comes out, and this will get out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So fortunately, they're able to hold on to the possession. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. You talk about this Giant defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's Jackson to return. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They begin with a run by Barkley. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
From the 22 now, here's the 2nd and 9. Throwing, Jones. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, 2 good plays on this one, Brandon. The first one at the quarterback because the pressure affected his throw, and I think it forced him to throw away from his designated target. And how about the second bit of pressure downfield? Receiver going up for the pass, helping force that incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Jones. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown. Jalen Hyatt with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Kayvon Thibodeaux, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a pitch out to Kamara. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Carr. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here's Jackson. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Hey, you look at the Saints defense against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They end up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Detroit Johnson.
Looking to throw. Jones. His throw incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 18 yards there, down to the 18, and a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Biggie.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Jones keeps it himself. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Barkley. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Gano now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Well, look at this, a tight end carry. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, it's Carr. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Carr, he wants to change up the look here. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Back to Kamara for another catch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Trying the left side with Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Now 2nd and 9. They run it again with Kamara. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Carr going to throw. That is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing now is Carr. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Taysom Hill, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have got it back to within a score. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both
levels, doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Okay, here we go.
2nd and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Coming left is Kamara. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash too.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now 2nd and 3. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
93. 93.
Now Carr. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, it was looking like they were going to have the ball in good field position, but now with that fumble, they don't. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now Jones going to change it up here. Now Jones off the play fake. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. Oh, they're changing this at the line. Gano's kick is good, and that moves them up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So good work there to get points just before the half as they add on to their lead.
As trite as it sounds, every little bit helps. That's exactly what they're going for. Anytime you get a chance to put points on the board, you take it.
And they didn't leave the other side with much time at all on the clock. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. He lets it go deep for Olave. And that's caught inside the 30. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. 1 touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones, he's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Carr now on first down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
An injury stoppage, and it looks like, yeah, it's the quarterback, Daniel Jones, receiving some assistance. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. A first throw here for the backup Taylor to Barkley on the check down. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's 3rd and 10.
19 tight.
Here's Taylor. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a big play for the Giants on 3rd down. 42 yards.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed, because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Taylor to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And this is going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety back all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Gano's kick is good, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little...
And he loses the football a second time. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Come on. Hey. Unlock Lions. Unlock Lions.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's second and 7.
Warriors 70.
Taylor. He dumps it off to Barkley. Touchdown, Giants! Saquon Barkley. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown.
To kick off for New York.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
He lets it go deep for Olave. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. It's Deonte Banks with it. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
After the interception, here's Taylor. The 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. He got 29 yards that time. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Barkley, inside handoff. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 2nd down, Taylor. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. On 3rd down, Taylor. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the 1st down marker. So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides would be thrilled with that.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's Carr. Complete to Olave on the out route. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Play action. Now it's Carr. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
One down.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
29. Purdue.
Now Carr. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. It's Deonte Banks with it. And the Giants are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. 42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now it's Taylor. And that is incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 44-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Carr to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Carr, got to have this one. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's got this down to the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. touchdown, Saints. Philip Dorsett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point right down the middle, and that cuts this lead down to 13. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on third down, it's Taylor. That is caught. He's got a first and maybe more. Touchdown, Giants. Jalen Hyatt. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Giants are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Extra point try good by Gano, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Graham Gano to kick off for New York.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Throwing now is Carr. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Second and 11 now. Kamara up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So here's
29,
a 3rd and 14.
29.
Carr going to throw. Complete to Dorsett. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down.
Down. Raider 1.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. That's to his running back, complete. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Let's go now. Here we go.